Hi, hi, and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Anna Sofia, and I am a Norwegian knitter from the western part of Norway, the western part of Norway, and this is my first knitting podcast. I I really I've kind of been thinking about making one for quite a while because I really truly believe um not believe I really truly enjoy watching other knitters talk about what they're knitting, talk about what yarns they're using, what patterns excites them, and well, I thought I was gonna do that for a bit and see if that's something that I would enjoy doing and maybe also connect to more and different knitters than what I am at the moment. So yeah, let's follow the traditional podcast structure. Talk about what I'm wearing, then talk about the things I'm knitting at the moment, which I've laid laid out around me, and then some of the finished objects that I finished like the last maybe 4 months. Not everything, of course, but maybe the things that I'm most proud of, and the ones that I've worn the most. Um, and then a little bit about my plans going forward, because I have a lot of them. Okay, let's start with what I'm wearing, of course. I started looking around to what whips I was going to start with, but I think I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing first. This is one of the pieces that I'm most proud of because I think that it looks really truly beautiful. It has like this uh, fishing fishing kind of structure where you can kind of think that it looks like a fishbone, which is the name of the sweater. It's the Kutovikika pattern. She's a Finnish knitwear designer, and I've been following her for quite a while, like a lot of you guys have, I guess. So I knitted this last year in mini alpakka and silk mohair from Sandnes garn, which is one of my most like soft sweaters that I really truly enjoy. And also it's quite fun to walk around in this because people kind of don't believe it's handmade, that it's bought, and when I tell them, they give me quite a lot of compliments, which is always fun when you have made it yourself, you know. So yeah, that's the Kutovikika Wishbone sweater for you. Yeah. Okay, let's go over to some whips or works in progress. I have I have quite a lot of that as well because I am one of those knitters that just can't have one thing going on. I need to have several projects going, like one that needs a lot of attention and energy, one that's like easy TV knit, one that I can travel with that's not that big, and something just for fun. So yeah, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment that I'm gonna show you guys, which is the ones that I'm actively working on. I have a couple of others that I'm not quite like feeling at the moment, so I'm gonna leave them aside for a bit and then maybe start working on them sometime. I don't know, maybe, we'll see. I mean, I kind of need to because I have quite a lot of that as well, which also brings us forward to one of my goals for the foreseeable future, which is to knit stuff from my stash because it's quite substantial at the moment. So yeah, that's one of the plans that I'm doing. And also let's see, almost all of these are from the stash, except the first one that I'm going to talk about, which is a newly designed sweater by a friend of mine. And she has designed this sweater. It kind of have a similar structure to the one I'm wearing. It's just not based on the same way of making the pattern. So this is as far as I've gotten. So I've knitted it's top down, by the way. It's top down, so I've knitted almost all of the body. I just stopped when I kind of finished a ball or a skein, because I don't like to kind of guess how long I want it to be. I want to finish the arms first and see how that like drapes and how long that falls, so that I can make the fits even better, which is also one of the reasons why I love knitting top down instead of bottom up, I guess, because then I can kind of modify the length much easier. So yeah, that's the way I enjoy knitting sweaters the most, so top down, which this is. It has a beautiful shoulder detail. So I started with adding, or like I started up here at the back of the sweater, and then knitted back and forth, and then I plucked up the stitches at the shoulder, knitted the front shoulder parts, and then joining it here until, and then knitting down for the armhole. You can see kind of, let's see here how it's looking when you don't have a sleeve attached. And then I had the starting of the sleeve attached on this side, and then joining it at the round at the end of the armhole. So yeah, now this is really been, and I've really been enjoying knitting this, both because I love the pattern and the sweater as a whole, but also because I know the knitwear designer, or the designer of the sweater, basically. I'm not quite sure if I said what kind of yarn this is. This is Rauma Vams. It looks like this. I'll put a picture of like the information of it up on the screen somewhere. It's 100% wool. It's Norwegian. It's produced in Rauma, place on the west coast of Norway, with a Norwegian wool and everything like that, which you'll see that I'm mostly drawn to Norwegian wools at the moment. So yeah, well, anywho, I do enjoy knitting with this in Rauma Vams. Okay, let's do the next one, which is one from my stash. I actually bought this as a project about 1.5 years ago, I think. So I've started making... Hi! So my camera cut off for some reason. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm up to speed again, but we'll see. Hopefully it won't stop again. But anywho, yeah, this is the Rebel sweater that I bought in to knit for about a year and a half ago. So I just picked it up, and started knitting it. So this is as far as I've gotten. Oh, I'm losing some stitches here. This is as far as I've gotten. I think I've got about 5 centimeters more to go on the body before I can start with the pattern, because it's quite intricate, this pattern that I am knitting. Let's see if we can get the photo up. It's like this, and the front and the back is not the same, which is quite fun. So yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to getting to wear this, and also then I can kind of wear it on the new year and like February, March-ish. I feel like this is kind of like a Easter sweater, maybe because of the orange and the pinks. But yeah, we'll see. It'll probably happen soon. So yeah, I'm actually really enjoying knitting that of that kind of structure at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is in the yarn Alpakka, Alpakka forte and Alpakka wool from the House of Yarn or Dale. You see, this is also where the pattern comes from, which is quite nice. So yeah, now I'm looking forward to that. Okay, next sweater, I think, which is actually gonna be, or is about to be, I guess, a sweater that I am knitting or making the pattern up as I go, because I found this beautiful sweater from OADevold, OADevold, which is like wool manufacturer in Norway also. And they have this really beautiful Icelandic, we call it an Islander, which is like a fisherman's wool sweater to wear outside, but they've made it in this fussy, really truly soft yarn. So it's the pattern of a traditional Islander with these white stitches in between. So yeah, I made the body. This is the first sleeve. I have a little bit more left on the sleeve, and then I'll knit another sleeve and then join the body and the sleeve, or like sew it on and then make the neckline. So yeah, now I'm really looking forward to getting that finished, and it's actually not a knit for me, it's a knit for my brother, which is also kind of fun, or at least interesting thing to knit, because it's a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, so I'm excited, or nervous, I guess, to see if the fit is right, but I hope it's gonna be right for this time. Okay, so that's this one. By the way, the yarn that I'm using is a påfugl, myk påfugl, which is like a brushed alpaca kind of thing, and then just a blown out alpaca for the white stitches in between. And I'm also holding this together with 2 strands of silk mohair, one white and one dark blue, just to get the color that I want. Let's see if we can pick that up on the camera. Yeah, you can kind of see both the whites and the darker blue going in between here. So yeah, you can just imagine how soft and fluffy this is gonna be. So yeah, now I'm looking forward to that. So I'm hoping I'm gonna be finished with that in the next couple of weeks, maybe. We'll see. Okay, I have a half finished sock. There we go. This is a pattern from Rauma, one of their free patterns for socks. You can see it has like this white V shape going on. I actually I'm not quite sure if I like the heel in this one, just because it feels a little bit tight. It might just be because my gauge is off, I don't know. We'll see. Excuse me. But I think I'm gonna finish the sock anyway and see how it looks, and then decide if I'm gonna do the second one or not. But yeah, that's like a bring with me to knit outside of the home at least. Okay, let's do the last whip for today, which is an Oslo hat. So I have just cast on my darker mid-grey color Oslo Hat, which is a part of this year's Christmas knitting. I've actually already knitted 7 of these. This is my 8th one, and probably the latest one, or the last one for a while. I might do another, like a blue, lighter blue color, and swap that out with the one of the other ones I've already finished, just because I think that might be a better color for the people I'm gifting it to. So this is, though, maybe the last one, maybe, we don't know, who knows, of the regular Oslo hat that has been really popular with knitters for a couple of years. It's a really easy hat with, you make like quite a thick like band over your forehead, and then fold it 3 times actually, so the thickness of the fabric is really nice around the ears and forehead, and then you have like a little bit more breathability up at the head, which is quite nice. So you're probably dying to see all of the hats I've already finished, and let's see if I can bring them up at once. And I think I can. Yeah, these are all of my Oslo hats at the moment, and see if I can show all of the colors at the front here. So these are all of the finished ones. You can see I have 3 light greys, I've got 2 blues, I've got 1 light like lilac purpley, I've got 1 green and 1 orange. And you can also see I haven't weaved in all of my ends yet, and I haven't actually washed or blocked any of them except this one, because this one I have used already, just to like feel it and see how it fits and wears throughout the day, I guess. So I have, well, all of them have been knitted in 2 strands. One a little bit thicker kind of wool, either merino or alpaca or something like that, and a silk mohair, or an alpaca, like a thin alpaca strand. So this one is in mini alpaca and silk mohair. This one is in, let's see if I can feel the difference. Yeah, this one is also in the same, these 2 are the same yarns, so mini alpaca and silk mohair. This one has been washed and blocked. You can see it's a little bit more like floppy, I guess, than that one. It's a little bit more stiff, so that's gonna be a bit more soft once I block it, like this one. And then I have a little bit thicker one, which is with silk mohair, and instead of the merino Sunday wool, this is, or alpaca, mini alpaca that these 2 are with. This one is in Rauma Me Too, which is a little bit thicker alpaca wool, basically. So this one has a little bit more structure, and I'm also guessing that once this is washed and blocked, it's gonna be a little bit softer to the touch and a little bit softer overall. So yeah, like I said, it's 3 layers when you fold it up. This hair is double layer, so you kind of start here and then knit around, and then, or knit out, I guess, and then knit it together here, and have a little bit of a pearl knitting here, which is regular knit. You just flip it over, you know what I mean, you've probably knitted it yourself, and then the crown at the end. And then once you finish, you fold it up so that this layer here is 3 layers thick, which is quite nice. So I showed you this on the light one because the next two are dark blue. There you go. So both of these are in Sunday, like Sandnes Sunday, the merino, thin merino wool. But this one is with tynn silk mohair, thin silk mohair, and this one is with alpaca, like an alpaca following thread. It's called, directly translated, alpakka følgetråd in Norwegian, and it's giving like a little bit different fabric, of course. Like the feel of it is actually quite the same. Maybe the alpakka følgetråd is a little bit softer than the silk mohair. But yeah, I like it, both of them. So yeah, these are the two. This one is a little bit more dark grey blue, and this is a little bit more like ocean navy blue, I guess. So yeah, that's those two. And then I have a lilac or purple one, Sandnes Sunday and silk mohair. Regular, follow the recipe, follow that one. And then we have the green one, which is also Sunday and silk mohair. The only thing about this one is that I think it might be a little bit long. I think this part up here should be like a centimeter or two shorter. So I might actually take it up and like do it a little bit shorter. You can kind of see, if you want to, you can kind of see that this part up here is a little bit bigger than what it kind of should be. At least kind of bigger than what I want the fit to be like. I can show you the grey one that I've been using. So here you can see it's quite large. I mean, I could always just like tuck it in, but that's kind of not that comfortable to get the fit that I want. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. If I'm gonna be able to, or if I'm gonna bother to make it a little bit shorter. It's not that much work, it's just ripping out and then doing it again. But I want it more to fit like this one, which is the one I've been wearing a little bit. You see the brim is quite nice and high, and then the head is kind of tight instead of it being fluffy or sticking out like it was. Okay, the last one is the orange one with a little bit of a thinner brim than the others. I had like a vision of it being shorter than the others and being this orange, but now that I can kind of see the others laying next to each other, I'm not quite so sure about the orange. So the one that I'm knitting now, this one might not be the last one. It might be another one instead of that one. So I'll see what I have time for, but also what I will want to do. So yeah, that was the history of the Oslo hats, which is now fully in the making. So I'm gifting away 7, and then I'm keeping one for myself as well. So yeah, at least one for myself. Maybe I'll keep the orange one for myself as well. You can see how that one fits. Yeah, I'm not quite so happy about the fit either. I want the top to be a little bit shorter and the brim to be a little bit bigger, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do with it. Maybe I'll just keep it like that. Be like a bigger hat. Okay, anywho, let's do some of the other finished objects that I wanted to show you. I actually have 3 socks and 2 sweaters that I want to show you. So let's do the, oh, I lost one. Oh no. Ooh. So these are my socks that I have knitted in this last couple of months. I have two that I'm like fairly happy with. Not quite so happy with the fit, but it's still quite nice. They're cozy, good socks to have, and that's these two. So I got one orange, like a little bit of a shorter foot, leg. This part is a little bit shorter than what I wanted or what I find comfortable. So if I'm gonna make these again, I'm gonna have a longer part up here instead of it being so short. This is by Sandnes sock yarn. So it's like a regular sock yarn with wool and some nylon in it, so it's fairly durable. You can probably see that I've used it quite a bit. You can see some pilling at the feet and also around the heel and stuff. But yeah, that's what happens when you use it. And I also have especially a pair of boots where these ones go really well into it. So yeah, that's the orange socks. And then I got a big grey set here, which is in a general sock wool. I do not remember where it's from. I know I bought it in Denmark like 3 years ago, but I lost the information about it. But I think it's like 80% wool and then 20% nylon. And that it's a Danish yarn, but what it is or any more information than that I cannot give you. The pattern is from the Hillesvåg book, no, not Hillesvåg, Heatherhill book, that one. And it's one of the, or the only sock pattern in that book. But yeah, it's quite nice and quite good. A little bit big for comfort to put in, like they're a little bit big to put into shoes, but very comfortable to wear at home, which is basically what I've been wearing it from. So yeah, nice and long, nice and good, nice and cozy. That was that one. And then I have the sock pair that I am mostly happy about. This is a thinner sock. The yarn is like variegated. It's also like a traditional sock yarn with some wool, or mostly wool and a little bit of nylon. Again, I've lost the information about the yarn. I actually bought them together with the grey ones that I just showed you like 2 years ago or something. But this is a thinner one, so I actually made these on the needle size 2, which is really tiny. But no, I like the fit. I like the feel of the fabric. I'm happy with the heel. You can see it's like you knit this and then you pluck up for stitches here and then you decrease as you go. And then I like the toe part as well. So yeah, these are the socks that I'm most happy with so far. But yeah, nah, so it's good. It's all good for that. Okay, let's go over to 2 sweaters. So I want to show you 2 sweaters today. One is called, oh, let's see if I can grab it. One is, or the first one, the green one up here, is called the boyfriend sweater. This is the way it looks. It's also a Heatherhill or Lene Samsø pattern called the boyfriend. It's a saddle shoulder. So you start up at the neckline and then you increase as you go towards the end of the shoulder, and then you increase for the arm and then knit the arms and then the body on itself. It's like a nice, airy, everyday kind of sweater. And I've actually used this quite a lot in the last couple of months. It's so easy to just like throw over and have like a t-shirt underneath, and then you're like good for work as well. It's in the yarn it's Isager yarn, and it's Tvinni, and the silk mohair, and this beautiful green color. So yeah, here you can kind of see it's not like a fully saturated green, it's like a little bit variegated, which kind of adds a little bit of dimension to it. So yeah, that's the boyfriend sweater, and I do believe I'll make one like it again sometime, because I really like it and I like the fit of it as well. It's like a boxy kind of sweater, and the saddle shoulder makes it fit really well. So yeah, that's that one. And then I have this one, which is a thicker layered outside wool sweater. It's called Tyttebær, and it's from Sisu. Let me just have a look. It's from yeah, Sisu knitwear, and the pattern asks for leKnit yarn, but I used Hillesvåg, Varde and Vidde yarn instead to get this color here. So yeah, I've actually worn this outside and even in the rain, and being the wool that it is, it kind of doesn't get wet in the same way that other materials would. It kind of just like, the water kind of just like rolls off of it, which is really, really nice, at least when you walk outside as much as I do. So yeah, now that's really, I'm really truly happy with this sweater. You can also get it in blue, where it would be called blueberry, or in orange, where it would be called cloudberry, multebær. So yeah, now this is a really truly nice and good knitted sweater. And I'm also really happy about the yarn that I chose to do this one instead of leKnit. So yeah, that was kind of the ones that I wanted to show you guys, and I'll put that there instead so it won't fall on the floor. So that's kind of what I'm been wearing of the sweaters quite a lot, at least of the ones that I've made the couple of last 3-4 months or so. So yeah, plans. What kind of plans do I have? What do I want to do and knit, and what kind of inspires me? So I don't have that much on my plans. I mean, the first thing is that I want to kind of finish the stuff that I am working on at the moment. Some I have to finish before Christmas, and some I can kind of take my time and enjoy a little bit more. Then I have always the need or the want to reduce my stash, as I've said earlier, because it is quite large, but I am not that good at not buying new yarns. So I actually just ordered yarn for a sweater that's called Molly sweater. I'll put a photo of it up here somewhere. In alpaca, in light grey alpaca, and like a speckled silk mohair. It will kind of look a little bit like the green one, the boyfriend sweater that I just showed you, but be a little bit more speckled, I think, or I hope at least. That's my vision. So that's gonna come in the post hopefully before I leave for Christmas. And then I have the really, like, I have a vision about a green structured like braided sweater in a double Sunday and a variegated green silk mohair. It might be a bit too much with like the variegation and the structure, but I am hoping that it's gonna be okay nevertheless, and then have a little bit of fun with that. So I think I'm gonna wait to do anything about that until the new year, and then see if I can like whip that out in a couple of weeks up there. So we'll see. Other than that, like I said, finish the project that I have around me that I would like to start wearing, and then see what I get from there. So yeah, that's kind of the things that I wanted to talk about for this time. So like I said, this is my first ever podcast or knitting podcast where I just like talk about what I do or what I want to do or what I am knitting and what kind of yarns I'm using and stuff like that. I will probably make a new one in if I make one, or if I can make the time to make one before I take a Christmas break, I'll make that for that, or at least in the early new year, maybe right before the new year as well. So yeah, that's everything from now. My name is Anna Sofia, and see you next time. Bye bye.